54-40. Next up, the 96 world champion, Kyan Mays against Freddie Poole.
LA Stars Kyan Mays. He wants to face the best in the world and brings his championship and a long reach to the WCL.
I will use my height and precise skills to my advantage.
Texas Dragons' Freddie Poole is a WCL veteran who knows what to do at the right time to gain an edge over his competition.
Instincts, experience, heart.
Only 2 matches to go, and this is the first of those 2 in the first half. 3 minutes for all-out fisticuffs and kicking from Freddie Poole and Kyan Mays.
Here is a prime example of the David and Goliath. Kyan is extremely tall for his weight class at 6'4". Freddie is a little bit on the shorter side for his weight class, too. He's a 5'8". He says he's 5'9", but I won't argue with him. And you can see the distance that Kyan has here. He's keeping him back with those long thrusting kicks.
Yep, able to measure him up with the kicks, too. Keep him out of the inside range.
Oh, good shot. Very good shot.
Big shot for Freddie Poole.
The referee missed that. That was definitely a knockdown. He ate a big right hand there. There, now Freddie's working his way in. That's what he needs to do. He needs to keep using his techniques, move in. Staying back here like this works right into Kyan's game. Oh, good right hook by Freddie Poole. And what Kyan is doing is he's using the kind of jumping, kind of up and down motion that you see in sport karate. And the problem with that is it does not lend to power. Even though he's hitting Freddie with some pretty good stuff, he doesn't set down on his punches. Whereas Freddie is using more of that prodding style where he's going to be hitting with a lot more power if he can get in. Again, he's starting to work that inside leg kick. He's trying to chop him down to slow down Kyan a little bit so he can start working on the inside.
Halfway through our 3-minute round now, minute 30 left.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, spinning back fist.
Oh, it connected.
And he gets him again.
And now they let it go. Freddie needs to press the action now. Kyan is definitely hurt. See, there's that wobbleness. Oh! Oh, my goodness, this is it.
Kyan Mays
He's not getting up from this.
Flat on his back. Here comes the 8.
Oh, yeah, no, he's doing the pumpkin dance. He's done. Oh, man, Mays, he's done.
Wow.
It's only a matter of time now. Freddie knows he's going for the kill. Good knee. Oh, good right hand. Yeah, referee stepped in there. It's good stoppage.
Good decision. Kyan Mays, nothing left in the tank. Poole wants to hear it from the crowd here in Austin inside the Frank Irwin Center. And there's a lot of love after this domination.
Good right hand sets it up. Spinning back fist. 2 very hard shots. And an extremely enthusiastic Freddie P going after him.
I know most guys I fight are going to have a little bit more of a reach advantage, but I just don't think they can handle my power. He just set up for it. He kept lunging into me, leaving his head open, so I took a shot.
He took more than a shot, and the really good one landed. Freddie Poole, the KO, and 15-0. And that is huge news for the Texas Dragons for the first time tonight in Austin. They take the lead over Los Angeles, 55-54. Welcome back, everyone, inside the Frank Irwin Center here in Austin. World Combat League Western Conference Finals. Daniels and Baker about to get in the ring.
LA Stars Raymond the Real Deal Daniels burst into the WCL with a jump spinning heel kick around the world.
I am fast. I am strong. I am the best.
Texas Dragons Lawrence Baker. A WCL alternate has now made it into the starting lineup for the Texas Dragons. What is this Muay Thai champion's thoughts on fighting for the WCL?
There is nothing better.
They call him Meet Your Maker Lawson Baker, 36 years old. He has given up 10 years to Raymond Daniels, the real deal.
He's also giving up a lot of speed. Raymond Daniels is a tremendous sport karate guy with incredible speed and angle.
Speed got him in a little bit of trouble there and knocked down.
Lawson Baker is your classic Thai boxing type fighter. Coming straight in, throwing the harder punches. This is a classic example of the big bomber and the speed. You know, this is the turtle and the hare right here.
This is almost, not exactly, but a little bit of Freddie Poole versus Cayenne Mays, almost. Lawson Baker wanting to come in and work inside and have his feet under him, good solid shots.
Now, Lawson Baker doesn't have the speed that Freddie P does. I mean, you know, Lawson is definitely a guy who gets in, wears his opponents down with his powerful punches, knees.
He wants to stalk you and he wants to hit you hard.
Raymond is doing a really good job of keeping the range on this. It's an excellent job. He's making Lawson come up short with a lot of techniques, not being able to get his power in.
It's the final match of the first half. This will be 6 fights down and then 6 more to go in the second half. And again, the Dragons, just before this fight, took the lead by 1 point.
Raymond's got to be getting his confidence up. You know, he's realizing that he's getting in there without getting hit, and he needs to start setting down. You know, again, one of the things about sport karate type fighting is they don't set down in their punches, so they lack a little bit of power. Like, he's hitting him, but he's not really hurting him.
Not doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, but I think what's going to happen, I think he's going to get that confidence that he knows he's not going to be able to get hit. He's going to be able to set down in his punches a little bit more, and that's a nice little push.
Little shove, little smile from Raymond Daniels.
I think Lawson is getting frustrated. He's not being able to land too much against him. Look at that, stepping in. I'll tell you something, Raymond Daniels is a phenom in this. This is incredible. Fast. Got his hands down. He realizes Lawson Baker's having a much tougher time. Lawson needs to start working him down. Lawson is not working his legs. A fast guy like this, you've got to work their legs. You wound their legs, there goes their speed. Oh, good right hand. That was a first really good shot I saw Raymond Daniels set down on.
2 big shots land from Daniels onto Baker's face. There's another one.
Oh, man, Baker is a tough guy. Just shows you really how well conditioned he is. I mean, the better conditioned you are, the better you are at absorbing the shock, and he's taking a lot of it.
30 seconds left. Final match of the first half.
Lawson is not sticking to his game plan. We talked to him earlier. He said he was going to try to wound his legs and slow him down, and he really has not been throwing those hard kicks he's known for. And on the other hand, Raymond Daniels, man, this boy is moving, hitting. He's looking so sharp. It's incredible.
Daniels, an enormous amount of energy with just 8 seconds left. He's got a lot left in the tank where Lawson Baker's just trying to hang in there now.
Yeah, Lawson looks worn out.
Oh! Does he get
technique? No, that was more of a sweeping motion. That was actually his best technique of the fight, though. And if you watch Raymond, he is throwing some really good, sharp, fast techniques at landing.
He has a really good chin. Hit him with a couple good solid shots. Staggered him a little bit. Next round, I'll get my hand combination together a little bit better. Make sure I take him out. Real tough guy. Won't underestimate him. He didn't hit me with anything that even, phased me or anything, but
6 matches down, 6 to go, and Raymond Daniels doing the work for the LA Stars, 15-8. So our ping pong match continues. Stars now back in the lead, 69-63 over Texas, and we got a whole lot of fighting to go. Second half action here from the Irwin Center in Austin, Texas, still to come. About to get underway with the second half of the World Combat League. In the first half, Donald Vickers draws first blood over Mike Shepard, and Felton overwhelms Wilson. And then Marilee Martin used precise leg work to bring down Alicia Ashley. And after that, it was the Stars' Angel Valerio who relied on quick hands to drop Fabrizio Bergamini to the mat. And then Freddie Poole spinning back fist and the all-out attack on Cayenne Mays, who was dropped eventually like a bad habit. And the Stars' Raymond Daniels in the end proved that he was the real deal after finishing off Lawson Baker. So first half down, another half to go, but point-wise, here's how we've gotten to where we are. LA the lead now, 69-63, a very slim lead. In match number 7, Jack Felton over Sante Wilson yet again, Guy.
Yeah, Sante just couldn't get going. He's a power puncher, and Jack Felton just pushed him around.
Final score for match 7, Felton 15-5 for Wilson Jr. at a penalty point, so 15-6. LA widening the gap now, 84-69. Texas got a little work to do, and now throw their support behind Marilee Martin, who was the victor the first time out against Alicia Ashley. Here's their second match tonight.
Here we go.
Marilee is going right back to the game plan. She had worked the legs first part of the fight and then work her way back up to the head. But somebody said something to Alicia here. She is coming, she is not backing down at all. Her coach must have got her fired up. She's using her range a lot better.
A lot of energy coming out in the second half.
Oh, she's winging some hard punches. She's going for broke. Too much holding. She's getting worn. She's not allowed to hold past the first initial knee. Then she has to release and do another technique and can go back to the knee. But again, that's her Thai boxing training coming forward to throwing those 2 or 3 knee techniques. Ooh, good leg kick. Oh, good punch by Ashley. That was... Man, these ladies are worn. This is a great example. This is why these girls are stealing the shows. I mean, they are just letting it all hang out.
Marilee Martin there closest to you in the blue for the Texas Dragons, trying to get her team rallied here. They're behind. They need a great effort here.
That's a little bit of the difference between the World Combat League and other organizations. She understands this pressure. She's got to really perform for her team, not just win this bout, but win this bout convincing enough to bring them back within range to win the team championship. There's got to be a lot of pressure on Marilee's performance here.
The World Combat League, the knockout worth mentioning is 15-0, and that would be an enormous boost for Marilee Martin and the Dragons. But down to a minute now. And you got to wonder if there's going to be the kind of energy for that knockout punch here in the last minute.
Well, this is what it's about. This last minute, they got to buckle down. She's got to start going for it. And it's really, Alicia is really coming on with that straight left hand. She's doing some really good damage with that.
Let's go.
Much closer match than the first time these ladies met, the first half. Ashley getting some good work done, but Marilee Martin doing her best to keep Texas in the game here with 2 more matches to go after this.
This has been a kind of classic boxer versus kicker. Marilee's throwing a lot of the kicks and stuff like that, whereas Ashley is throwing a lot more of the hand techniques. That's what she's scoring with. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of the judges, what the judges like to see. Are they going to be looking towards who's landing the better kicks or who's landing the better punches? Because this is a very even fight at this point. This is a judge's nightmare, a fight like this. Oh, good knee by Marilee.
Good knee to finish it out, and for Marilee Martin, she didn't give up a KO, so Texas still in the game after a pretty even fight, Guy.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Like I said, this is going to be a judge's nightmare on this one. It's going to, what do they like, the kicker, they like the boxer. So either way, this is going to be a pretty close fight. And Ashley coming straight back. I mean, these ladies let it all hang out. It's an awesome fight.
Texas trying to rally, and look at there, Martin 14 points to Ashley's 13. Close. LA still the lead, but Texas getting even closer and staying in the game. Second half action continues in the Western Conference Finals, and what a surprise for Freddie Poole, the knockout artist himself, Guy, takes one as a big surprise.
Yeah, this was, you got to guarantee that the Texas Dragons were looking for Freddie to score against this. And
right there.
And he ate a big right hand. He's down. Freddie did get up because that hurt. You can see when he goes flat like that, he's not doing well. But, he's a tough kid. He got up and finished the fight.
It was Johnny Vakitas, the Greek, who delivered that knockdown. Vakitas 15-6 over Freddie Poole, the big surprise after Freddie KO'd Cayenne Mays in the first half. LA leading now 112-89. 10th match, Angel Valerio, Fabrizio Bergamini. Should be a good one again.
Yeah, Bergamini, he knows he has to pick it up for the team to win. And he's going to step in here and throw some stuff. And Angel, he knows, he's felt the power of Bergamini right there. You can see how he's moving away. He knows that he needs to keep some distance, use his kicks.
Bergamini in the blue pants on the left and that big tattooed cross on his back. Valerio seemingly backing up the entire first 30 seconds of the match.
Yeah, the ref is going to have to, warn him about passivity on this because, he needs to stand in and fight. But he's doing a good job. He's staying busy enough to keep the referee honest.
A lot of hopes for Texas riding on Bergamini. He's trying to deliver, trying to keep them in the game here as we get late in the second half. Every match counts big time now.
Yeah, Bergamini's a knockout artist, too. You know, when you see him fight, he's such a good technician that you can't really appreciate how strong a fighter he really is. And you see, he's wanting this knockout. He's chasing Angel from one end of the ring to the other end. Pretty soon, the referee should be awarding points to Texas for, you know, Angel needs to step in and fight some. He's too much on his heels, and that's, you know, the WCL style is all out.
Bergamini put him on his back there. Valerio spending more time on the red than he is inside the ring tonight. Bergamini stalking, trying to get that solid knockout punch here. A minute and a half to go, halfway through the match. Everything is on the line. Western Conference Finals and a chance to go for third place in the league for the entire season on the line.
But Bergamini also, he's starting to work that inside leg kick, and that is... excellent
solid shot there to the left leg inside.
Oh, that hurts.
And Valerio again on his back, on the skirt.
Well, Bergamini knows that he needs to get his team back into contention here. If he can knock out Angel, then they're right back in, and they could win and go to the championship.
Valerio, good combinations, hands and knee.
That was an excellent left hook. I'll tell you, some Angel's got himself a good chin because he ate a very hard left hook.
See Bergamini for Texas are just stalking continually, trying to put an end to it for Valerio, but Valerio's still hanging in there, and there's a penalty point out of the ring, not in the fight. Texas with a penalty point to add on to whatever Bergamini can get him.
He's got to pick it up. There's only 20 seconds. There's another penalty point for holding, stalling.
Bergamini back right on the attack and a great right knee.
Oh, another inside leg kick. And those are painful, and you can tell they're starting to really wear on Angel a lot. There's another one, and he's down. And that's an 8 count this time.
Third time on that inside left leg, standing 8 there for Angel Valerio. And for the Texas Dragons, what a comeback for Bergamini after point-wise getting beaten in the first match. Can't be the same in this second match. Bergamini was all over him, Guy.
Yeah, I think he's probably a little disappointed because I think he really wanted to get the knockout to help push the Texas team ahead.
Well, Bergamini does get 15 points. Valerio only 6. Add the penalty points in there. Bergamini, those are very important right now. Puts Texas now well within striking distance. 118-106. LA still leads. Down to the final match to find out who is going to win the Western Conference Finals here in the World Combat League. Raymond the Real Deal Daniels for the LA Stars. For the Texas Dragons, Lawrence Baker. And for Baker and the Dragons, it's all about getting the KO in this fight.
Absolutely. I mean, Lawson needs to step up and get that knockout. And you can see how, you know, Raymond Daniels has such flexibility, such speed. You know, that's a great attack there.
Great attack for Daniels. And look at this, 3, 4, and 5 shots to the head of Lawson. And Lawson saying, bring it. You got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, Lawson's style has always been, you know, kind of take 2 to give 1. But it's, you know, Raymond Daniels is going to be too quick. He's going to give 4 or 5 and be gone. So Lawson really needs to step it up. He needs to use those kicks to slow down Daniels and then use his big power punching that he's known for. It was a good kick. But again, Daniels jumping the gap there, catching him as he's kicking.
An entire season is on the line. Raymond Daniels for LA constantly with the flurries on the attack, and here down on his back. Little slip. Lawson Baker for Texas hanging out, waiting. Cecil Peoples calling it, let's go, let's fight.
Yeah, Lawson's got to be feeling urgency, you know, for this knockout. He needs to know he needs to start stepping up, throwing some hard punches, getting that good flurry by Lawson.
Did you see Daniels holding that left shoulder? Looks like the left shoulder might be hurt a little bit. He pulled his glove back, held it for a second.
Didn't seem to slow him down because that was a 4-punch combination that bounced off Lawson's head there. I'll tell you, Lawson's a very tough customer. You know, his style of fighting has always been kind of take 2 to give 1 because he's the bigger puncher. The problem with that is that Raymond Daniels is just not there for him to hit with that one counter shot.
Just under a minute and a half to go, halfway through this final match. And 2 guys with 2 big things they're fighting for. Raymond Daniels for LA If he keeps going, keeps up the pressure, LA wins it. If Lawrence Baker can get in this fight and take something off of Daniels, Texas could leapfrog and win this thing at the very end.
Yeah, they need the knockout, though. I mean, they need to get to 15 points and either get a series of knockdowns or a knockout. And I'll tell you something, Lawson needs to pick it up. He only has about 40, 50 seconds left, and he needs to really start putting it on.
Lawson now a little bit on the attack. First time in the fight, Daniels backing up.
Yeah, again, Lawson he's kind of hesitating before he throws. He needs to just let it out. He's got 30 seconds. He needs to pick it up and let it go. Good inside leg kick there.
Oh, and there's a solid left hand right to the jaw of Lawson. They're getting in tight. No damage here, but those flurries from Daniels have got to be doing an enormous amount of damage. And there's 3 more.
And Lawson needs to sit down, really trying to really got to start working those counters, because I'll tell you something, man. Raymond Daniels is doing an excellent job. Oh, he's not probably the smartest thing to do is do a little bit of jawing like that and take a shot. Oh, but he's hitting a good shot.
Well, there you go. An entire season's worth of work coming down to the final match for both teams. And for Raymond Daniels, guy, one heck of a fight.
Yeah, he's really, really a phenomenal athlete. You watch him go here. He's really did a good job. Good chin. He took a nice solid shot from one of the heavier punchers in the league.
Playing a little Muhammad Ali. Come on and hit me, says Raymond Daniels. Final couple of seconds and no damage done whatsoever to LA and Daniels, who wins it 15-8 over Baker. So LA wins it 133-114. They will contend for 3rd place in the entire league. And had they had a better first half of this season, LA could certainly imagine fighting for the league championship, but not to be. They will, however, fight for 3rd after a dramatic night. For Guy Mesger and the entire World Combat League crew, I'm Doug Dunbar. So long from Austin.
Finish this guy.
Fight! On the World Combat League, the Western Conference Finals. The Oklahoma Destroyers face off with the Houston Enforcers. Dale Cook's Destroyers come ready for war, led by Thomas Thunderkick Longacre and boxing phenom Jerry Seitz. The Houston Enforcers pin their title hopes on an arsenal that includes Tim the Irish Pride Connors, heavy hitter Mark Salby, and stylish kickboxer Sarah Ponce. Oklahoma versus Houston, the WCL Western Conference Finals.
Welcome to the league where the weekend drop, where the kicks don't miss, knockouts don't stop. If you slip, that's it, you'll be laying on a mat. Let's get ready for combat. With blood, sweat, and tears, I hold back my fears. My team needs a win, I must persevere. I dig deep for strength, and with my last breath, I fight for the right, for the title of the best in the world. Combat, 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 combat.
Welcome, everybody, to Austin, Texas, inside the Frank Irwin Center. World Combat League is on the air, and the Western Conference Finals, and the winner going to the league championships. Oklahoma Destroyers taking on the Houston Enforcers, and to the ring we go for the Oklahoma Destroyers tonight. In the heavyweight division, very powerful John James will step in. You'll see Jesse Lawrence tonight. Also for the Destroyers, Ryan the Lion Madigan. On the women's side for the Destroyers, Jerry Seitz, Anthony Njoku, and Thomas Thunderkick Longacre, and the coach of the Oklahoma Destroyers, Dale Cook. Oklahoma Destroyers now will make their way into the ring. A little bit of posturing before the introduction of the home team tonight, the Houston Enforcers. Crowd here in Austin, packed inside the Frank Irwin Center, ready for some fantastic World Combat League action. Now, to the Houston Enforcers. Mark Selby, first fighter for the Enforcers, introduced tonight in the heavyweight division. Dusty Miller. Kevin Engel. On the women's side, Sarah Ponce. Brian Corley. Tim Connors for the Houston Enforcers. And the coach, Jesse Finney. Home team now will make their way into the ring before we get underway. Tradition of the World Combat League. One circle around the ring. Fighters will face each other. Squaring off. Doug Dunbar along with Guy Mesger. Good to have you inside the center here in Austin. Choice of the fighters First comes the bow. And then Houston, the home team. Oklahoma chooses first. Jerry Fists of Fury Sights has been chosen, so naturally she will go against Sarah Ponce of Houston. And the rules here in the World Combat League, pretty simple. All punching skills and kicking skills are allowed. And when we talk about knee strikes, only to the body and to the head. And no stalling. If you're not in the fight, you're giving points to your opponent. 3 judges watching all of this in the 5-point must system. Knockout, 15-0. Pretty simple. Lay them on the mat. You do great work for your team. The tail of the tape, Jerry Sights and Sarah Ponce. And now a closer look at these 2 combatants.
Oklahoma Destroyers, Jerry Sights. Jerry is a well-rounded and headstrong fighter, influenced by Bruce Lee and Benny the Jet Urquidez, just to name a few.
I just love to fight.
Houston Enforcers, Sarah Ponce. New to the WCL, but very much a fighting veteran. With numerous titles, she has been molded into a fighting machine.
I have heart and endurance.
Let the turf wars begin with the women tonight. For Oklahoma, Jerry Sights there in the red. Sarah Ponce for the Enforcers.
These girls are wasting no time. Look at Jerry Sights. What is that, a 15-punch combination she's throwing? Holy smokes. And to Sarah Ponce's, I mean, you know, her credit, she kept her composure through the whole thing. You know that was not a fun experience. Oh, spinning back fist. Yeah, I think she's got a penalty for hitting with the forearm. That's one of the dangers of the spinning back fist. It's a great technique to throw if you land it, but you also run a high risk of fouling with it.
So Houston already ahead with a point of the penalty. Jerry Sights, the more experienced of the 2 fighters. Titles in boxing, kickboxing as well. Looking for the KO, and she didn't get it in that first 30-second flurry, Guy.
You know, Jerry's punching power, you know, it's probably been the one thing they question about is really how hard she hits. She does throw a lot of techniques. But as you can see, she's landing a good many of these shots, but Sarah seems to be able to bounce back from it. The referee's got to say something about Sarah Ponce's holding. She's grabbing on and throwing the knees, but she's throwing, you know, again, she's only allowed to throw 1 knee and then releasing. There, she's throwing 2 knees. Okay, finally the referee steps in and takes a point away.
And there is another point. So worth mentioning in the World Combat League, you don't get a point taken away from yourself. When you do something wrong, you're giving it to your opponent. But now we're evenly matched, 1 penalty point apiece.
Jerry definitely giving a boxing clinic here to Sarah Ponce. Oh, nice spinning technique, spinning back kick. Oh, good shot. Oh, this is like I said, this is a boxing clinic going on here. Sarah needs to back up and use that long reach of her. She needs to be sitting back, using her kicks a little bit more, because she's just being outboxed at this point. Oh, another spinning back fist.
Jerry Sights has got the spinner working tonight without question, landing it 3 or 4 times already. Ponce trying to work the inside there with the knee strikes, but not even doing any damage to Jerry Sights.
Not really. She's really not. But you know, that's how you counter a good boxer, is by grabbing and throwing those knee strikes. So she's actually, you know, her game plan is pretty solid. She just, oh man, another spinning back fist.
You're watching the first of 6 matches, first half action, World Combat League here in Austin, Texas. The women get us underway tonight, but an enormous and tremendous amount of fights coming your way. Final 15 seconds here. Sights in control of Ponce, it would appear. Sights in the red.
Now Sarah's actually, you know, using a smart tactic. Now she's finally getting her distance, keeping Jerry off a little bit, and good, but it's a little bit too late.
We'll take you now to the Total Gym replay.
Good uppercut and hook there. But again, Sarah's smart. She's using those knees to kind of counter the boxing.
She's tough, she has heart, and that's what it takes to fight in the World Combat League. Without it, you've got nothing.
So Jerry Sights overpowering Ponce tonight, came out swinging early and hard. 15-9, you had the penalty points. Final score 16-10 for Sights. The Destroyers out to the early lead, 16-10, but much more action to come from Austin. We're getting set for our second match here inside the Frank Irwin Center. It's going to be for Oklahoma, Jesse Lawrence against Dusty Miller, the Dream Killer.
Oklahoma Destroyers, Jesse Lawrence, a one-time alternate now in the starting lineup. Jesse brings a hard punch and a hard kick to the combat zone.
I'm here to rock.
Houston Enforcers Dusty Miller uses his agility, strength, and speed in the combat zone. There's no need for Dusty to talk smack because
I just get the job done.
Second match of the first half underway. Jesse Lawrence for Oklahoma. Dusty Miller, they call him the Dream Killer. Golden Gloves champ back in 2005.
Man, these guys are just coming out swinging. Holy smokes, this is a lot of action out of big boys. Now, Jesse Lawrence is kind of the mystery. He's a guy who has not fought many fights outside of the Oklahoma, Kansas area. And, you know, it does not seem to be slowing him down, not having the international experience that Dusty Miller has.
Lawrence in the red pants for Oklahoma coming out strong early.
Oh, good low kick, good low kick. These guys are just throwing big bombs. Not much kicking going on here, you know. A couple of low kicks, but for the most part, they're just boxing. Ooh. That was a good one.
Yeah, low blow on Miller there. And was it real? Well, it
was kind of questionable.
He had good cover up. Yeah, he had a good
little
cover.
High. That wasn't that low of a blow. Oh, that was a good right hand. Good low kick. Oh, good body kick.
Looks like Lawrence starting to find the range now on Miller.
Oh, another good right hand by Lawrence. Now there's some good kicking. A good kick to the body right there.
Great action, midway point of the 3-minute match.
Well, Miller is definitely the more polished of the boxers. But, you know, Lawrence seems to have a lot of power. Maybe not the greatest boxing skills, but definitely some good power in his techniques.
Lawrence finding some range on Miller in there, a little too close a range, another low blow, and he's going to give up a penalty point to Houston and Miller.
If that is, again, that was not that low, but that is the danger of the knee strike, is that they tend to go low. That was a good inside kick there. Miller got hurt. And these guys are just throwing down. I'll tell you something, you do not see guys throw this many techniques at this size. I mean, look at these guys.
2 minutes into the match, and an amazing flurry of punches and kicks, and both guys still up and still hammering.
Oh, good kick by Miller. Bringing it up right from there. Good knee.
World Combat League, Western Conference Finals, the kind of action you won't find anywhere else, and there goes Lawrence dancing right out of the ring.
That was a good overhand right by Miller. Yeah, he's got an 8 count for that.
Back to the action, 20 seconds left.
I think Miller would press the fight, try to finish this. He's moving forward. I think fatigue is taking over a little bit on this.
I think everybody would agree. We got our money's worth out of this 3 minutes between these two guys. No doubt exchanging blows all the way to the bitter end. Miller and Lawrence. And a great fight.
These guys were just letting loose tons of punches in this fight.
Just a lot of heart. I knew I needed to get some points for our team because we're behind, and I don't want to let my teammates down because we're a tight-knit group, so we all want to contribute our part. So I knew I had to do something to keep going through, push through the pain, just shut it off in my brain, just tell myself it doesn't hurt, so just keep going.
Dusty Miller did not let his team down, 15-7. Don't forget that low blow, penalty point for Houston. So Miller 16-7, and the Enforcers now leapfrog the Destroyers, 26-23. They lead as we head into our next match with Anthony Njoku and Brian Corley.
Oklahoma Destroyers, Anthony Njoku. The assassin Janjiru is Texas State Muay Thai champion, making his WCL debut. His strengths are
Hard, speed, knee strikes.
Houston Enforcers' Brian Corley is a newcomer to the WCL. An IKF, ISKA, and USA Muay Thai champion, Brian brings a wealth of experience to his WCL debut.
Speed and determination.
Back and forth battle continues. Again, Houston leading now. The home team, Anthony Njoku in the red there on your left. Brian Corley on the right.
Both these guys are really, really tough fighters. They're coming straight back at each other. Anthony's got a distinct height and reach advantage, you know, which, again, he needs to use. There he's using. He's keeping him back with those straight, solid shots. You know, Brian's going to have a tough time getting in on that.
Corley in the blue, World Combat League veteran, had a loss in the last fight he took part in. And here, just trying to get in the game with a very aggressive Njoku.
Yeah, Anthony was throwing some very good, solid, straight shots. Well, Brian is doing a really good job. He's doing a really good job of keeping Anthony occupied and moving inside, throwing a lot of good techniques. Anthony doesn't seem to be able to get his range down very well. Oh, good left hook by Brian.
In the third of 6 matches here in the first half of action here in Austin. Remember, the winning team will go to the league championship. Oop, a little bit of a hold there.
One warning.
Yeah, he got a warning for grabbing the leg. You're not allowed to. That's like a clinch. Oh, good body attack by Anthony. Excellent punches. Another good leg kick by Anthony. Anthony's seemed to be finding his range now. He's making Brian miss, catching him with those straight shots, and a good counter left hook. Brian is slowing down a little bit.
Slowing down, you don't know, is he stalking or is he kind of losing the energy here as we reach the 1 minute mark left in the 3-minute match?
I think he's losing a little bit of the energy because, man, these guys, oh, goodness. That was a solid right hand.
Oh, and he's back down on his bottom again. Corley's going to get the 8 count.
Yeah, he's doing the pumpkin dance. They don't need this fight to go on anymore. Yeah. Well, I'm surprised they let that go. And
that's definitely
it.
That is going to do it for Corley there. One too many on the noggin. Anthony Njoku.
Beautiful right hand that started that. And followed up with the left hook, straight right. That's the end of the fight.
The end of the fight, and it is ruled a knockout. So Njoku, 15 points for his destroyers. Corley, he's looking like he said, did I really get knocked out there? And that is the end result. 15-0 with the knockout. Oklahoma with the lead. Welcome back to Austin, Texas. World Combat League in the Western Conference Finals. And match number 4 on the way now. John James against Mark Selby.
Oklahoma Destroyers, John James, nicknamed the Panther. Despite his size, John has the speed and agility to go along with his power.
Don't blink. You might miss my opponent hitting the floor.
Houston Enforcers, Mark Selby. North American and world titles are part of Mark's resume, as well as 2 trips in the K1. Success has come by keeping opponents at the end of his kicks and punches.
Conditioning is never an issue. I'm always ready to fight.
Match number 4 underway.
Selby is wasting no time. Coming straight across.
Mark Selby, 37 years of age. Got a little bit of a height and a reach advantage.
You know, John James is, you know, he's the much shorter guy, and he's staying back, which is not the advice I would give him as a coach. I would tell him, you know, he should be moving forward. He should be pushing Selby back.
Dale Cook, the coach for the Oklahoma Destroyers. Coaches are right on the ring side, so the guys in the ring can hear the instructions being shouted, much like you hear in a boxing match as well.
It's a good low kick by James, but he's just covering up. He's not really doing that much of attacks. Selby's by far the busier fighter. He's got the range down on on James.
Interesting point in the first half, because if John James can do some damage to Selby, Oklahoma Destroyers can take a real nice lead before halftime. And now stalling called, so Houston and Mark Selby will receive a point from John James for not getting in the fight, and then he gets knocked on his can.
Yeah, he's being pushed around in this fight. This is counted as a knockdown here. If I was really, the Oklahoma coach, I would be telling my fighter to get moving forward. There you go, good attack.
John James now has got a minute and a half to go, and he needs to bring it to Selby and stay in this fight. He can't afford to give away any more points.
That 8 count, it kind of woke him up. He's now fighting the way that he should be fighting.
Here we go, another one. Going Mark Selby's way, so 2 penalty points, and now a low blow.
Oh, that had to hurt. That had to hurt. That was a good shot. It was an attempt at an inside leg kick, but a little high. And I guess it upset Selby a little bit because he is coming back on fire.
Minutes ago, and an all-out attack from Selby. John James backing up now for the last 30 seconds.
Why the referee's not penalizing him, I don't know, for stalling, because he is not fighting. Selby is the one definitely dictating the pace, throwing the combinations, kicks and punches.
John James trying to get something working for Oklahoma, but it's 90% defense to his 10% of offense right now.
Yeah, Selby was kind of complaining about another kick to the groin.
Selby barely misses. Could have taken James out with that.
Now Selby just seems to have too much for James at this point. I don't know why James is not pressing the fight. That's how he's got to win it. He's got to keep pushing Selby backwards. Good right hand there.
Well, the rest of the team for the Houston Enforcers cheering on. Mark Selby goes down incidental here at the end of the match. But that is great work and good news for the Houston Enforcers. They are well within reach here in the first half.
Yeah, and a very aggressive Selby, driving his opponent out.
I feel great. I'm ready for a second round. Quick 10-minute halftime. Let's do it again. I'm warmed up now, okay? Now you'll see something good, all right?
Well, for Selby, not only does he win the match 15-7, don't forget those penalty points that he was given by James early on. 17-7 the final score. Houston has now pulled within 2 because of that effort to Oklahoma. And next up should be a good battle. Ryan Madigan and Kevin Engel.
Oklahoma Destroyers Ryan Madigan, 2-time East Coast kickboxing champion. The Lion has footwork, power, and speed in his arsenal.
You're gonna see some heads crack.
Houston Enforcers, Kevin Engel, the Hitman, is a 2-time Golden Gloves champion. Influenced by Jesse Finney and Chuck Norris, 2 words describe Kevin's WCL career: power and destruction.
I want to make the WCL and Kevin Engel household names.
Engel's in the blue there on your left. Ryan Madigan, the 29-year-old and a 2-time amateur champion for Oklahoma, in the red. Underway with what should be, Guy, a really good fight.
Yeah, excellent. Kevin Engel is a powerhouse in this division. He's a big man for the weight class. He's a hard puncher. And, Ryan Madigan is definitely going to have to fight an uphill battle here. We're talking about a guy with a lot of power, as you can see. Engel caught him with a little bit of a left hook, staggered Madigan, but he comes back.
Madigan has such a good base from which he throws his punches. You always talk about establishing that base to use the power, and he's got it.
Not only that, but he is using his kicking excellent. He's attacking all 3 levels. He's attacking the leg, he's attacking the body, attacking the head with these kicks. Inside, outside leg kick. Definitely what you use against a strong boxer. And the knees. He's fighting an extremely smart fight against a powerhouse-type puncher that Kevin Engel is.
You may have heard along the way sometimes you're only as good as your last fight, and for Madigan it was good news. He's got a good feeling coming into here. He had a TKO before this fight tonight here in Austin.
And Madigan is also, look at the head movement. He is making Engel miss. He's moving the head, he's keeping it going. Oh, that was a good right hand by Kevin Engel. He needs to land a few more of those if he's going to be in this fight. Well, Kevin is stalking him, and this is a mistake against a guy like Madigan because he's using such a variety of technique. If he keeps walking in, he's just going to keep getting hit. I don't know if it looks like Madigan's slowing down a little bit. Kevin is starting to find his range with his punches. Kevin has seemed to forget that he's an excellent, excellent kicker, but he is not kicking enough. That's an excellent way to slow down a fighter, to bring yourself in range to use your hands. He's relying a little too heavy on his good boxing skills. And the good guys exchange both excellent leg kicks.
Kevin Engel trying to keep the Houston Enforcers in the game here. Oklahoma with the slim lead. We've got the last 45 seconds of this match and then one more to go before the first half concludes. And fierce action now as we come up close to the 30-second mark.
These guys are throwing down. It's a lot of punches. I am not surprised, but I am, well, I guess, yeah, I am surprised. I am surprised at how smart of a fight Ryan Madigan is fighting here. He's doing an excellent job. And again, he's grabbing him by the neck. Every time that Kevin gets in to punch, he's grabbing him by the neck and throwing that knee. That's how you fight a good boxer.
Very clean fight so far. No penalty points given to either opponent, and big strike there.
Good kick by Madigan. Left kick right upside the chops of Kevin Engel.
I was still a little tight. I just got to get more and more loose. You know, when I get loose and in my flow, you saw the only time he was catching me is when I'm waiting on him. So just got to keep in the flow, you know, and start getting some more knockouts for World Combat League, because I know that's what you guys want to see.
That's what we definitely want to see. Unfortunately, not in this match, but you know what? Great fight nonetheless. Madigan the winner, 15-10 over Kevin Engel. For the team score, Oklahoma now leads 60-53. One more match to go in our first half here in Austin. One more match to go in the first half of the World Combat League's Western Conference Finals. Now set to go with Longacre and Tim Irish Pride Connors.
Oklahoma Destroyers Thomas Thunderkick Longacre. His self-awareness in the combat zone has made Thunderkick one of the premier fighters in the WCL.
Lightning's gonna strike, thunder is gonna kick.
Houston Enforcers Tim Irish Pride Connors has the speed, heart, and strength required for the WCL.
I'm here to beat the best in the world.
So Thunderkick Longacre on the right in the red has a chance to put Oklahoma out to a big lead heading into the half, or on the other side, Connors in the blue could keep his team in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Connors is coming straight forward. There is no feeling out in this fight whatsoever. And this is a very anticipated fight. Both these guys are undefeated. They're facing each other. You know, both are the anchors for both their teams. You know, both guys, which is, to be honest, is unusual for the lightweights to be the anchors of the team.
Timmy Connors pretty well versed in lots of different disciplines. North American kickboxing champion, Golden Gloves champ, so he can work you from the legs or from the hands.
Yeah, Tim Connors is a very tall guy for his division. So, he definitely has a good straight techniques, those good straight boxing techniques. Whereas Longacre is more the regular height, and he uses a lot more angle fighting. And it works good against a straight-on fighter here. He's got to stick to his game plan, and that's going to be how he'll win this fight.
Oh, Longacre takes a solid one from Connors.
Oh, he got a little lazy. He got up on the red, got a little bit lazy, and was not paying attention, and ate a big, big hook.
Man, he got the 8 count. I would say the first 4 seconds, he didn't know where he was.
I doubt he knows where he is now. He is fighting on pure instinct here. This is a warrior, because he is definitely fighting. He doesn't know where he's at. I mean, he knows he's in a fight, but that's about it.
Connors in with the flurry, going for the kill and the big punch. Cannot get Longacre out yet. And now both guys almost going down. Connors on his backside.
Yeah, Longacre's is still hurt. I mean, this is, he is not there yet. You can tell the wobbly legs. Yeah, see, he's...
Wobbly legs right into the back of the television monitor there, coming up on a minute left. Ref's going to let him keep going.
You know, this is where Tim needs to settle down and think about spacing his opponent out and land those clean shots, because Longacre here, he's not altogether there yet. Oh, good right hand though from Longacre. There's Tim working him over, some good boxing technique.
And the Irish Pride trying to finish off Longacre and bring Houston into this match. They're behind just before the half. What a great confidence booster this would be if Connors can pull out this win for the team.
Oh, really two good punches put together back to back. Oh, these guys are trading some great shots.
Mouths are wide open, heavy breathing, every ounce of energy spent. Last couple of seconds, Connors trying to line him up for one big last solid hit and not going to have it. What a great match.
There's the right hook that started the whole fight, and Longacre went down, and to Longacre's credit, he was, hurt the whole entire fight till the very end and just kept fighting.
He hung in there, but Timmy Connors, with that effort, it's 15-5, and great news for the Houston Enforcers. They now have the lead by 3 points, and the momentum has shifted here in Austin inside the Frank Irwin Center. Second half still to come. We're about to get underway with second half action of the World Combat League, but in the first half, Seitz dominated Ponce. Dusty Miller also survived some low blows to beat Jesse Lawrence. And then Anthony Njoku KOs a very surprised Brian Corley, who takes that left and the right down to the mat. Selby in the first half ends up winning in a well-fought battle over John James. And then Ryan the Lion Madigan, what a fight, pulls off a close decision from Kevin Engel. And then finally Connors surprises Longacre, and Longacre unable to continue and will be replaced with an alternate here in the second half. Oklahoma Destroyers, Enforcers, here's how we got where we are. Enforcers now with a 3-point lead, very slim margin. Anything could happen in the second half. And in match 7, Anthony Njoku ends up winning over the alternate Colby Snyder.
Yeah, and a very, very close match. Very unusual scoring. It was a 11-12, which means that was a split decision. It was a very, very close fight.
Match 7, when it's all tallied, now just a 2-point lead for Houston. In match number 8, it was Jesse Lawrence and Dusty Miller in a very tough fight where Miller won the first meeting in the first half, but not this one.
Yeah, Lawrence came back, hit him with a really, really good uppercut, sent him down to the mat, and he hits him with another counter uppercut, and it's all that Dusty could take. It was a very good stoppage by the referee. Dusty was hurt. It was a smart decision for the referee to stop that fight.
Cecil Peoples coming in to put an end to that. And it is a 15-0 KO for Lawrence. And look at this now. Leapfrog for Oklahoma.